didn't throw the first stone, but the one that left your hand made its mark upon the sand. I wonder, had you known? And did the seagull feel the coming dark? I never will forget. I can't forget the sound of falling. Did you ever feel regret calling you back to the day? Back to that day. And that one stone. Whose honor is she gone? Throwing pebbles after birds when sticks and stones are worse than words. Marbles in my mouth, imprisoned in the circle of her eye. I never will forget the sound of stone on feather and bone. I'd hold her in my hand if I went back to the day, back to the day. I'd send all those seagulls away, and stones sink in quicksand below, and boys in the sand dunes never were, to the time before her freedom had flown. With that one stone. Thank you. Thanks. We just are so grateful to have you here. Thank you all so much for coming and filling up this room on such a cold day. It's pretty cozy, isn't it? Are you all right out there? Everyone's cozy enough? Yeah. Oh, we'll find a perfect stranger to cuddle up to, and that'll change your night completely. Or don't, however that feels. We're standing here on unceded Kaurna land, Kaurna, and we just want to acknowledge that that's what we're doing right here, and we're at the end of Reconciliation Week, and we're just so grateful and thankful that hopefully going forward we can see that there will be more listening and more thinking and more interacting and connecting going forward. There's a little song called Fireground. Can I shoot my gun high to lose my mind across the lake to the fireground? Cut across the mountains, blown through the haze, in a hall of mirrors, shifting the gaze. What will you remember? What will you What will you remember? What will you forget? Black skies in the morning, red light, white night. I'm washed up, I'm washed up, I'm washed up. In a post-truth era, in an untethered hand of our own making. Move across the bars to kindle the names, glowing before your eyes, buddy, a hurricane. Search among the words through a million years, on the grounds below a reckoning, on the grounds below a reckoning for all of us. And I'm washed up, I'm washed up, I'm washed up. Post-truth era, in an untethered hand, in a post-truth era, in an untethered hand, our own making. Thank you. This set list is controversially half new songs and half old songs. I know. Well, because we've got a new album that that's going to be coming out at the end of this year or maybe early next year, of songs that have been crafted around Australian poets, a little bit like the Night's Insomnia. But that's not out yet. But we're pretty close to that stuff because we've just been recording it, right? And anyway, Orlando, that's the noise for Orlando. Whenever I say that word, that's what has to happen. Orlando. Ooh. Whenever... He's full of obscene beeps, that guy. This is James, by the way. James Brown, everybody, on beeps. What an attention getter. I was about to tell you that Orlando, our oldest 17-year-old, has put together the set list for today. I had absolutely nothing to do with this. He actually asked today if we were going to be putting out our greatest hits album soon. So I said, we'll just try and write a few more hits first and have a crack. Anyway, so this is one of the new ones from our coming album, called All the Stories We Do Not Know, and it sort of encapsulates that thing about reconciliation we're sort of starting to talk about, where there are so many stories that we do not know, and part of reconciliation is listening to those stories and trying to understand a little bit more about what's been going on. And this is by a poet called Renee Petit-Chip, and she wrote this poem, and it's been put to music, and this is it. In stories still told, these folds in the earth were formed by the upward movement of birds. Words heard and reheard, encamped by blue-grey shadow of range, under the pull of galaxy turning. the stars, your steady drum, drawing together what was pulling apart. Pulling apart on this vertical path. Our silence, only step and step, your breathing body below me. Familiar and strange. At the summit, two specters, wide wings and shimmering bronze, calling, circling out, two hearts tuned up, wild beating, receiving their dark blessing, returning. I could not come down from that extraordinary height. Shadow of the rain, blue gray behind us, and all the stories we do not know. Holding us, shadow of the rain, blue gray behind us, and all the stories we do not know. Holding us everywhere. It's been such a pleasure to be able to write music around poetry, especially the poetry that I don't write. You get different ideas, it takes you into new places and new spaces, and things happen musically that wouldn't ordinarily happen. So when the words are rigid and fixed and you're not going to mess with them, something really different happens musically. So it's been a real pleasure. And this is another one. This is another of the new ones called Lovers Parting, Dawn by Kevin Brophy. And Nonny, I might just need a little bit more vocal in the fallback. There's a lot of Sam, maybe just a little, maybe a little bit less Sam with the, you know. There's never too much Sam, right? But let's put this down just a little bit. Okay, thank you. Lovers Parting, Dawn. This rising light is needed before we can begin to speak of love. If you've asked that at your grave seeds for birds be left there daily, and if our hearts always stutter something far, far beyond our words, we begin this day in song to the absence of our song, just as tombstones keep a hood in silence. Despite their chiseled messages of hope, you. I was just thinking about the amazing Aaron Thomas and trio that we just heard. Thank you so much, you guys. Where you are, it's all completely black, but wherever you are, it was incredible. And I was thinking about, they're over there, hooray! I was thinking part way through your set that if I believed in reincarnation, and I'm not sure I do, but I might, that I'd like to come back as Aaron Thomas, I think. With his guitar, I just felt like that was a real moment that I'd like to recreate in my own life. But also, you know, that song probably relates to your song about being dead or whatever as well. Was it Dead, the song? Yeah. I think there was some kind of synchronicity between that one and this one. If I may be so bold as to compare. This next song is called The Valley. This is from our album Let Loose the Beating Birds, and it's my response to a poem that I received from a friend called Tim, who had been working as a special services person in the army. There's a word for that.
SAS, I think they call it in Australia.
SAS, that's it. Yeah, acronym SAS. And he wrote a poem to me when we were playing in Tasmania one time, and he was suffering from post-traumatic stress and could barely get out and about, but he managed to get to a gig which was significant. And then afterwards he wrote this poem, and it took about 7 goes. This is my reply. To some me, the armor is falling to rest. Can I hold the weight of what I have lived? Lucid, I'm losing my hold under all of my clothes, unraveling slowly, playing my roles. I'm soldiering on and sewing up holes. Weightless, with the weight of the morning, I'm floating above, anchor me down before I lift off. Wakeful, in the wake of the warring, I'm 1,000 years old, and I'm wondering what the hell I've been sold. In the aftershocks of all that I've known, wide awake in slumber, high up on the hill, tethered here with you. I can see the greenest view. Embers, I remember them all, but the endings are mine. In the grey of violence rushing behind, after the other I go. Wide awake in slumber, high up on the hill, till it here with you. Wide awake in slumber, high up on the hill, till it here with you. I can see the greenest view. Thank you. Sam Cagney on acoustic guitar, everybody. Mark Seddon on the bass. Paul Angus on the drums. And the keys sometimes at the same time. And again, James Brown on the sounds. Whatever sounds they may be. There's a little song called Black Hammer. Words written by Tobin Lush, who's a bit of a co-conspirator around the poetry stuff. He also makes videos for free as long as I'm nice around the house. Yeah, so he's made a video for this and a bunch of other songs from the album, which you're welcome to look at if you fancy getting on the YouTubes. So this is called Black Hammer. Night blind in the canyon, a silent riot in the wind. I was the car leaving the road. I was the ghost between the trees. Above the below and below the above and everything in between. I was the memory at your table. I was the name in the river. No one lives in the street in a landscape of time. You are the black, you are the fake. I knew our hearts are falling soft like ever. You are the black, you are the fake. Towers of glass, you were the roving eye. Night shot like a cannonball, black above the masses. You were. I was the memory in your table. I was the name in the river. No one lives in the stream. No one lives in the stream. You are the black, you are the fake. Lighting our hearts out, falling soft together. You are the black, you are the fake. Lighting our hearts out, falling soft together. Thank you. No need to go for a run tomorrow? Done. So according to the list that Orlando made, we've got another poem song coming up, another very new one called Wooden Stars. We call it Wooden Stars, but it's from a manuscript written by Maria Zakowski, who lives in Victoria. And she wrote this beautiful book, which is now published, called Icon. And in it, there's some 60-odd small poems that all connect and link in, and it's this forms a part of this gigantic narrative which goes for pages and pages. Some of the poems are very short and some of them are longer, but there's no sort of chapter sections or anything. It's just this one thing called Icon. So we've called this Wooden Stars because it says wooden stars in it, and I love that idea. But if I was being true to her manuscript, I would call it Icon 1, which is probably how it will appear on the album. But you guys can know it as Wooden Stars today. And it's about, the whole thing traverses her experiences of her father's experience of Alzheimer's and his gradual decline, I guess, and eventual death. And it's just, yeah, one of the most beautiful things that I've had the pleasure of coming across. At the altar of the imminent tide, stop below the soul. Is love pairing us adrift? The statue on the cliff farewells age and the valley into which we unravel, unravel, unravel. Relocating anchors at depth, I cut hearts free from sins and tune the clocks of night to the grasses of our final meadow, to the grasses of our final meadow. Blossom rings on the day's branch above, and as close as messages are to their brief and beautiful passing, their brief and beautiful passing. Strike wooden letters Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Nonnie, on sound. It's just beautiful up here. Thank you. I could have a little bit less acoustic in this fallback though, that would be lovely. Thank you. This may be the shortest song we've ever written. It's called Legacy. It's a poem by Ali Cobby Eckermann. Some of you will be familiar with her work. Correct. She's an Aboriginal woman who has soared to great heights with her writing. You'll probably find her stuff at most mainstream bookshops these days if they have any poetry in there. This comes from her poetry collection called Inside My Mother, and we've set it to music with her permission, which is very, very beautiful. A weight in the space of your heart that cannot be filled. A wait for the words of promise that turn feathers into swords. A wait for the touch of trust to stroke and stab your thighs. Wait for the hug of warmth, the comfort that imprisons with embroidered handcuffs. Oh, 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 oh. Wait in the space of your heart that cannot be filled. Wait for the words of promise that turn feathers into swords. Wait for the touch of trust to stroke and stab your thighs. Wait for the hug of warmth, the comfort that imprisons with embroidered handcuffs. Oh, 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 oh. Wait in the space of your heart that cannot be filled. Wait in the space of your heart that cannot be filled. Wait in the space of your heart that cannot be filled. Wait in the space of your heart that cannot be filled. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you. Has anyone ever used a black wing pencil before? If you're a writer out there, have you ever come across them? Apparently they're of the highest order as far as lead pencils go. Has anyone ever seen one? Used one?
I saw a box of them the other day.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Down at Eckersley's, where all the posh things are?
No, in Adam Page's office.
Oh, Adam Page uses a black wing. Good to know, good to know. Feel validated already. So one day I went on a writer's retreat. I call it writer's retreat. It felt fancy. It was 3 of us who were writers or songwriters. I put them in a different category actually for some reason, but and we went in with the idea of going and writing songs or writing something. And it was Kylie Kane, and it was her farm. She's a beautiful songwriter, by the way. And Ali Cobby Eckermann, poet, and I. And I took my notebook and my intimidation, or feelings of intimidation at least, and a black wing pencil. I didn't intimidate. I don't think so.
I doubt it.
Yeah, it's hard to picture that, isn't it?
I would like it if you did, though.
I know. I wish I was that. Sometimes, but no. And I took this little stub of a black wing that belongs to Ryder, our middle child, and he said I could take it with me. Anyway, I went on my little stroll through the wilds of Kylie Kane's beautiful farm, and it's just so beautiful, and it was very dry, and the grass was very yellow and dry, and I noticed this amazing feather that was just sort of stuck like a spear, and I think it was a black cockatoo feather actually, and And immediately when I saw it, I just felt this rush of sorrow. I don't know why. I just felt really sad when I saw it. And then I started thinking my usual bird weird thoughts about, would it hurt when a feather is plucked from or falls from a bird, and how does that even happen? So I sort of started thinking about that a bit. And all along, I kind of thought, well, perhaps this is time to sit and write a song about that. And so I went to sit down and I found that I'd lost the black wing. No. So I think I ended up working on the music at least. I might have gone back to the tent and found another pen or something and then penned this little tune. It's about loss and maybe unexpected finds. I saw a black feather stuck in the dry, black slick shining, holding flag like a sorrow so sudden for lost things. Walking on forgotten feet, my eyes look skyward at the cloud shaped by the wind, so sure of itself. And if grief is a fallen leaf, I believe that I've fallen a long way down. And if grief is a fallen leaf, I believe that I've fallen a long way round. That lone feather torpedoed to ground, shrugged off, shed, prized away, earthbound, impaling the summer dry. And of all the things in my hands that I'm holding, the one thing I can't find is my black wing, shrugged off, hiding. And if grief is a fallen leaf, I believe that I've fallen a long way down. And if grief is a fallen leaf, I believe that I've fallen a long way round. Slow down, soft tread lightly, pencil hold. Slow down, loose thread, reborn, new In the leaves of 1,000 steps, I retrace my path in the shapes of things. I'm looking earthward for a black wing flight. I saw a white feather coat like a tiny hand clinging to dry land, flag like memories of flight and soft fall. And they said you gotta let things go. Don't let things slide, but I'm tired. I'm looking for my black wing. Thanks. You're never sure if it's going to be good when the intro lasts longer than the song, but anyway. which I'm getting better at, some of you might have noticed. I have even spots where it says speak, and other spots
And you
it
haven't
says...
observed any of them. I'm just looking here. It says speak there about 4 times. I'm pretty sure you've spoken after every song.
Well, speak means I can speak for longer than, 30 seconds.
Your band, your rules.
My band, my rules. When I asked Orlando if I could change the order of the list he'd given me, he said, your songs, your rules. And so we're going with it. We've changed it up. So this is our last song, Mali. It's another poem song, obviously one of Orlando's favourites, so we're playing it last. And it's a poem written by Renee Petit-Ship, and it will be on the next album that we make. It's her family history in a nutshell. We had the great pleasure of playing this actually in WA when we released, I did a debut performance of all of these poem songs that we wrote at the Denmark Festival of Voice, and it was so beautiful to be able to show a whole lot of new work.
Almost exactly a year ago.
It was almost exactly a year ago, yeah. Today even. He looked on his Facebook, Paul did, and it was a year ago, so it's good to have that verified. We did these songs. So, as an anniversary gift to ourselves, let's play Mali, shall we? Get ready, your hair may get blown back a little bit. Mine certainly will. All right.
I'll do it, shall I?
You should do it.
All right, I'll do it.
Go on, do it. Thank you all so very much for coming today. It's been very, very lovely. She knew them first by their sight. A mother in a child's body turning, ear cup in a strange land's tongue. A mother in a child's body turning, a strange new land it's speaking. Leaf shift, the gentle roaring, as dry wind moves across plain. But their sound, a leaf shift, the dry wind moving, land's tongue, a gentle roaring. The day her father bought the farm, her father bought the farm, the place of the Mali leaf lifting, home of the Mali found nesting. Ears cup in a strange land's tongue. Place of the Mali found scratching, named in a strange land's tongue. Place of a strange bird nesting, the men from the camp clearing. The tree became a mountain forming after father bought the farm. roll and swell. Oh, no one saw the end destroying the day your brother did the burn off by the hut with the rooftop rolling, wood piles, mountain flame. Oh, the day your brother did the burning, the embassy with glowing arms and night stars so bright shining over the bird with the rolling swell. Arms and night stars so bright shining, the mountains slowly falling. It gave a little burning as the melodies began to roll. She knew them by their sound. My uncle under night sky turning. My uncle in his man's body turning. Ear cup in a strange land's tongue. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's my sister in the front there. Thank you. She's You know what? I want to thank the Wheaty for having us so much. We love being here. It's a very special place. Most of the members of this band only play at the Wheaty, and then occasionally somewhere else, so thank you. But thank you very, very much, because it's awesome to be here, and we thought that probably a few weeks ago we were going to be playing to 5 people, so look at you. Just look at you in all your beauty. So I really appreciate that, because in these weird times where it's actually really hard, especially during winter, to get out and about, but also with people dropping like flies with COVID and other kind of related illnesses. It's never an expectation, and it's always a complete joy and a very, very fortunate thing when we can gather together like this. So thank you. So, well, because we're still here and because we haven't actually left the stage yet, and I'm still talking, shall we just do one more? All right. Okay. We'll do a real quiet one to send you on your way. Yeah. It's called Bend the Trees. It's my love song. I only have one. You drew me down into the garden at night, to the fire gathering warm, legs in the rain, children for paper planes in the dark, on the table, water fleck night. Open furrows, fell in the dark, fall in the dark, carving sorrows, curl in the dark, cool in the dark of my ear, of my ear. Salt of my eyes, water of yours, hand on your skin, the taste of autumn coming to earth. Those woven words loop in my cardigan cord on a nail, light Thank you. Thank you all. Stay well, stay cozy, and we'll see you hopefully next time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to Aaron Thomas, Tori Phillips, and Django Rowe for a beautiful, beautiful set. Go and buy their albums. You can get them online as well at Apple Music and other places. Thank you.